We're constantly being told that the AI revolution is coming. But what if it's already here? Just not in the way we expect it. Today, we're going to explore a completely different take on this, one that's less about chasing some distant future and more about actually building it with the powerful tools we have right now.
I mean, we've all heard this warning, right? It's this constant drumbeat in pretty much every industry. There's a massive technological wave coming, and if you're not ready for it, well, you're going to be washed away. It's definitely meant to be motivating, but let's be real.
For a lot of us, that warning just creates a ton of anxiety. It feels less like this exciting invitation to the future and way more like this constant nagging pressure that you're somehow already falling behind. And that feeling, that anxiety, it leads us right to the core of the problem. Let's call it the friction of the future, this idea of why getting ready for what's next can feel so incredibly frustrating.
Okay, so this is the heart of that frustration. We get sold this big promise of seamless automation and these perfectly integrated systems, but the reality? Well, for so many of us, it's a constant struggle. It's friction between platforms, it's using half-baked tools, and it's relying on what feels like technical duct tape just to make things work at all.
And it is exhausting, isn't it? Being told over and over that you're not keeping up when the very tools you're supposed to be using aren't even fully mature themselves. So if you feel skeptical about all this, that's totally okay. You're not behind. The truth is, in a lot of ways, the tech just isn't there yet.
Which brings us to the main idea for this whole explainer. The real revolution isn't some far-off distant event. It's actually a quiet one, and it's happening right now, with simpler, more mature tools that are good to go.
So what do we even mean by mature AI? Look, we're not talking about some all-powerful system that does everything for you. No, we're talking about tools that are stable, that are accessible to everyone, and that act as a powerful partner. Something to enhance your own intelligence and creativity, not replace it.
All right, so the first part of this quiet revolution is already all around us. It's these generative tools. We see them in real-time translation, in writing assistance, in media generation. You can get on-demand research and rapid analysis that gives you insights in moments, not days. This isn't some far-off theory. This stuff is available right now, usually just a couple of clicks away.
But here's the thing, that's only half of the equation. These generative tools, they become truly transformative when you pair them with the second part of this revolution.
And that second part? It's no-code platforms. Think of these as imagination engines. They let anyone, not just developers, prototype an idea, build little micro-apps to make their own work easier, and basically sketch out a vision for the future, maybe over a single weekend. And when you start feeding AI-generated stuff into these platforms, wow, that's when something really special starts to happen.
And this brings us to what might be the most crucial point of all. Preparing for this future, it isn't really about mastering a specific tool set. It's all about adopting a new mindset.
So what is this readiness mindset? It's really about a fundamental shift. It means we stop obsessing over which shiny new app we need to learn next. Instead, we start putting intelligence and automation right at the very core of how we work. Not as afterthoughts, but as the actual starting point.
This new mindset invites us to ask some really powerful questions. So start with this one. What would your daily work actually look like if you designed it around these new capabilities from the very beginning, instead of just tacking them on at the end?
And second, think about this. How would you create or plan or design things if the stuff you used to think was impossible suddenly just became a question to explore? What kind of new ideas would pop up then?
And finally, what could you actually build, like right now, today, if you took all those generative and no-code tools we just talked about seriously, instead of just dismissing them as simple toys? Because here's the thing, true readiness isn't just a technical problem. It's emotional, having the willingness to experiment. It's intellectual, shifting how we solve problems. And it's cultural, changing how our teams work together. That kind of preparation starts long, long before the perfect technology ever shows up.
So let's try to reframe this whole idea. This isn't some frantic, stressful race to keep up. It's a much more thoughtful and honestly, a gentler process.
There's a really powerful idea here. Waiting for the technology to fully mature is not a weakness. But waiting without preparing your mindset, that is. The key is to use this time to cultivate how we think, not to just sit back and do nothing.
And this really clarifies the shift we need to make. Instead of the old way, frantically trying to master every new tool because of a fear of missing out, we can choose this gentler path.
It's a path that's focused on widening our own imagination, on getting comfortable with efficiency, and on seeing the incredible potential in the tools that are already sitting right here.
So the takeaway is this. The revolution isn't coming. It's quietly unfolding all around us, right now, in the tools on our laptops and in the ideas in our heads. The most important preparation we can possibly do is to just open our eyes and open our minds to what's already possible. The future is here. The real question is, are we ready to see it?